This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Two teams that don't like each other much. One will go to Super Bowl 53 as we're underway in the 2019 NFC title game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, come on. Let's go, come on. Local over here. Jump out.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Box it.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 60 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. He's going to air one That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw, Brissett. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Brissett. Being chased out left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Hey, 50. Right.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. You take it right on the 30. Whoosh. And now running right through it. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. A dump underneath to Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Good work, D. That's how we go, Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Eluding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of his end zone, Brissett drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. To throw now in his own end zone. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Taking on the midfield logo. Oh, now he blows him over. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's Brissett, flush to his right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He's going to wind up and air it out. Fights into a double team, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, But now, it's all for naught.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Ohio! 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 Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, Brissett. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lutz's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
That's fine.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Rodgers going to throw. And Adams has it complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Rodgers now on first down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Going for and that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
A first down throw for Brissett. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Lutz puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hey, where y'all going? Check 52 for life. Check 52. Go to 50.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They start the second half with Kamara, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Brissett now on 2nd down. Looking long for Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Over here.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, 50.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. A give. This is Kamara. Found a little room there as
as he's up to about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get 300. Get 300. Jumbo.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Now he'll escape to his right. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Inside.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking sideline, incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Looking long for Thomas. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road. And just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Brissett escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Back now at Lambeau, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
319. Right. We are going. Zoom. 319.
The give is to Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And when
he's got a man complete. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 43 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on 1st. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at something special, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Flex round.
To throw is Brissett. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Brissett now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Brissett again. Well, this is caught by Ginn. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Ohio!
Brissett to throw on 1st. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Again, it's Brissett. Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Flex round!
from the shotgun. It's Brissett. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is going to be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here we go.
A give to Jones. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Brissett now. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
First down, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
All right, you've had to put up with me. In this booth, I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal.
Over. No.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. He's going to get it running right, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Crosby puts it through. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's Brissett throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. A second down throw for Brissett.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Brissett finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A first down throw for Brissett. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Flex round.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
The Saints on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Let's go. Try at 38. Try at 38.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.